Welcome to Matheny Fieldhouse here on the campus of Geneva College. I'm Ben Wiegers, the Assistant Sports Information Director here at Geneva. And with me today is one of our Student Athletes of the Week, cross-country runner Carmen Medvit. Thanks for stopping by, Carmen.
Thanks for having me.
Over the weekend, Carmen led Geneva's women's cross-country team at the PAC Championships this past Saturday, placing 15th overall out of the 118 runners present and leading Geneva to a sixth-place finish. Your time earned you honorable mention All-Pac honors, and now you're turning your attention to the NCAA regionals happening November 16th, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Like a week and a half from
Yeah.
now. But you have a very interesting story about how you came to Geneva because you were competing at a Division I school before this. Can you tell us what led you to Geneva?
Yeah, I toured Geneva when I was a sophomore in high school, and then ultimately I ended up choosing like a Division I school for like scholarship reasons. And then after my freshman year, I kind of realized that I was there for the wrong reasons and that my faith needed to play a bigger part in who I was than running did. So I decided my original plan was to live at home, commute, and then come to Geneva so I could get that faith-based education. And I ended up living on campus my first 2 years, and then now I'm back to the original plan of living at home and commuting. But Geneva's been a really, really good place for me to like grow in that area of my life.
So talking about this athletic season, you've battled injuries so far this semester, but you did work your way back to run in the PAC Championships last weekend, as you mentioned. And what were some challenges and maybe some blessings that came from that time away from competition?
Yeah, definitely one of the biggest parts that was a struggle was just not being able to be with the team as much. Because as much as cross country is an individual sport, it honestly is a lot more team based than you would think. Like the women's team is my family, basically. They're all my best friends. And I love spending time with them. So having to cross train and do a lot of things on my own was definitely really, really tough. But one of the positives of that is kind of just that cross training on your own and just being in that space by yourself for a long time. It really just builds mental toughness, which is something that's really necessary for cross country because when you're out there on the course, you're by yourself most of the time, especially on courses that aren't very spectator friendly. You're by yourself and you're in your own head for a good 20, 25 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, that definitely, it helps to build that mental toughness that's very necessary.
So you're talking about training. As soon as cross-country season ends, it seems like you have to jump right into the indoor track season, and then after that, it's the outdoor track season. So you're going.
Yeah.
What changes about the way you train from cross-country to the track season? And do you have to like switch up your routine? How does that all work?
Honestly, I would say not much really changes between the two. Like my weekly mileage will stay pretty much the same. The only difference is that during cross country season, we do try to do a lot of our workouts on the grass and things like that. And then once we get into track season, we try to start doing things actually on the track, just to get that better feel. And you don't really, hill workouts are still necessary for any part of running, but, during track season, it's not as important just because you're not doing those hills a lot during the courses because it's just lap after lap on the track. So
not really much of a slope.
No. Yeah.
You talked about your relationship with the team and how they're like a family to you. And it seems like cross country and track teams, all the runners together, have a really good relationship. What have been some of your favorite moments from your time with the team since you've been at Geneva?
Probably our spring break trip. That is one of the most fun things that I think I'll ever do during my time at Geneva.
Really?
Yeah, every year it's so much fun. Like the trip down to Myrtle Beach, even though it's such a long drive, it's so much fun. And then when we're actually down there, we're preparing for a meet at the end of the week. But during the day after practice, we just get to hang out all day on the beach and stuff like that. So it's really, really fun. And then getting to travel to nationals with Haley last year was so much fun. It was a blast because it was us two and then the three coaches, and we had so much fun. It was great. So those two are probably my favorites.
Well, they say on long drives, sometimes the road trips are half the fun.
Right.
Getting there is half the fun. So it sounds like that might be the case.
Definitely.
Some ways. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. Again, I'm Ben Wiegers here with Student Athlete of the Week, Carmen Medvit. And until next time, storm on.